Okay. So we have Nicole here. In terms of rent forgiveness to pay rent in full, is there anything the government mandated to offer relief, or is it all at the discretion of your landlord in order to determine it, if you can defer rent payments?
It's at the discretion of the landlord. I mean, the government has pretty much said that there's going to be consideration given to people. They've said that. And it first came out, don't worry about paying rent, but there is going to be consideration given. What that looks like as far as if tenants don't pay, what type of orders are going to be issued, what, if anything, the government then comes back and says something. We don't know at this particular point. So I think you have to look at it from your business, the conversations you're having with the tenant. The government, again, has implemented that emergency benefit fund that tenants can access if they're having hard times. As of right now, they can't apply to it. But it's something that is just going to have to be assessed. A lot of landlords, larger landlords, have been very much willing to work with their tenants. They've even sent out letters saying we're willing to defer rental payments based on your income, based on your personal financial situation. But that's just communication with tenants saying, we want to work with you, so reach out to us and how can we work together?
Yeah. Are there, we have a question here from D. What guidelines are there for interest charges on deferred rent, or are there any?
There are not.
Okay. Azhar is asking, what justification renter has whose income is not impacted as they are receiving OW or disability benefits from the government and then refuse to pay April rent?
I think we've already touched upon that with an earlier question. I mean, if their subsidized income is not impacted by this, then the reality is the rent has to be paid. So at that point, you make the business decision whether you work with them. If they're just flat out paying it, you start some type of process. But again, you're really only starting the notice process and then potentially filing an application. But right now, who knows when you're going to get a hearing date?